Do you want to watch TV, or do you want to know how to get the Trump indictment dismissed? Do you want to watch TV? Do you want to watch cable news? Do you want to listen to people tweeting about how unfair Alvin Bragg is? Go ahead. Is that going to do anything? No. But if that's what you want to do, if that's your idea of, yeah, this is great analysis, you're wasting your time. Alvin Bragg does not care what Fox News or anybody at Breitbart or National Review or whoever. It's just that's just for you. That's for you. Fox News commentary, very interesting. That's political. That's for the audience. That's for people who think this is unfair. That's not going to do anything. That, listen carefully, emboldens Alvin Bragg. Do you know the one argument that will get this case dismissed faster than anything? A legal argument. Try this. Mr. Bragg, you're going to lose. This is the wrong case, the wrong file. There's no precedent. It's going to get dismissed at the motion level. Maybe there's bad case law. Maybe you're trying to bootstrap something. Maybe this, to use civil parlance, maybe this fails to state a cause of action, a motion to dismiss. This does not describe a file, a case that is cognizable, or statute of limitations issues. Oh my God. You're going to get this kicked out. You're going to get this bounced, not because of Trump or the way he treats women, but because you're filing this too late. It's almost like juridical incompetence. It's like, what are you doing? This is the wrong case. They're going to take this, and in the event it is the indictment, provided it is delivered, provided a true bill is rendered, they're going to take it to an intermediate appellate court, maybe the Court of Appeals, which is interesting because in New York, the Supreme Court is the trial level, and the Court of Appeals is the Supreme Court. And maybe, if one could make the argument that there's some federal question, maybe a federal district court would review this, or the Second Circuit, or maybe the Supremes. But the point is, that's the way you're going to get this dismissed. That is going to scare Alvin Bragg. Everything you've suggested, you're unfair. This is political. Stop it. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. Your prosecutions are too discretionary. You tend to let these people go, and you focus on these defendants versus the. So what? You know what? That's a political argument. You're right. So boot me out of office. That's not going to work. Do you? Second, third, multiple tiered levels of justice. Roger Stone said, "What are you doing? You're coming after me with what? You're coming after me with this 4 o'clock in the morning CNN covered SWAT team? Wait a minute, what? Hillary Clinton wasn't charged with anything. Hunter Biden's not charged with anything. I don't want to rehash that. That's a political argument. That's great for the cable news shows. Wonderful. Yeah, it's great. That has nothing to do with this. What's going to get Alvin Bragg's attention is to show you don't have a case here. Your case is going to be acquitted, which he's going to be saying, listen, I'm going to tee it up. I'm doing my job. And you can bring up Soros all you want, and you can fight. But he's going to say, I owe my duty to the people of my jurisdiction, to the city of New York, and this New York County, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to be swayed by this if the law is broken. And he will have constituency. Remember, 80%, I know it doesn't matter, but 80% of New York voted against Trump. So they're going to be saying, yeah, you go, absolutely. I'm not here for a popularity contest. You see what he tells his constituents? I'm here to deliver justice. And yes, maybe I did consult with the Department of Justice. I do it all the time. Why? To deliver justice. I want to use and borrow and benefit from their expertise. And oftentimes, our office has been consulted, I don't know if this is true, but you can say it, by the Department of Justice. That argument doesn't matter either. Michael Cohen's, you can go through the litany of Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen's crazy, or Michael Cohen's non-compos mentis, or Michael Cohen's incompetent. Do you know what they say all the time to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District or the Eastern District in Brooklyn, whenever they would bring a mob case? Your main witness is Sammy the Bull. Your main witness is Joe Valachi. Your main witness is he's a murderer. He's a compromised human being. They've heard this before. And you know what happens? You know what the response is? In order to get the devil, you're going to have to use what? Saints? No, demons, people who were there. How do we prosecute? This is not my words. This is what he would be saying. How do we prosecute Donald Trump to seek justice unless using the very people that we might not necessarily find reputable? And in the case of Michael Cohen, the fact that he was indicted and convicted in federal court, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Or the fact that this case is too minuscule, too de minimis, too paltry, too piddly. What Alvin Bragg says is, so wait a minute, you want me to charge him with something stronger? Let me get this straight. The Trump faction is upset with me because I'm not charging him with what, murder? You want me to charge him with something more? It's just a misdemeanor, maybe, provided the statute of limitations has not run, which is the most interesting, because follow this. If he files this falsified records statute, it's a misdemeanor, it's over with. It's done, it's through. So the only thing left would be, if indeed there's not some other charge, unless he pulls out one of these, well, you may not know about this, but it's the 1700s dealing with the enemy statute. What? There's always some obscure statute out there, perhaps. But in any event, we don't think that's the case. But what he would be saying is, the only way for me to even be talking about this is if he plans to charge him with a felony and to make that misdemeanor felonious. And if that's true, you have to show and prove that there was this was done, this records deception was done with the intention of hiding a criminal offense, something else. Good luck with that one. And I've got news for you. When you say, this is the most ridiculous thing in the world, you're claiming that yes. You're claiming that that this payment that was made to Michael Cohen or rather the reimbursement to Michael Cohen to cover up hush money, which is legal, to this porn star, which she's not, and which I believe is legal. One man's porn star is another man's Gypsy Rose Lee, and we're not going to argue the aesthetics of porn stardom, but you're claiming that this reimbursement of Michael Cohen from monies paid to this porn star for hush money, that you're claiming that this is a crime? And Alvin Bragg is going to say yes. Because according to, and what he will do is he will say, and this is one of the reasons I was checking with the federal government, with the DOJ, just because they've declined to prosecute something doesn't mean there's nothing there. Doesn't mean it's invalid. But you may not like this case, but yes, he could, I'm just saying, Alvin Bragg could say yes, under this interpretation, this, we used to have Attorney General's opinions, this law review article. It's been done before. Whatever. And then you can argue in court whether this indeed benefits the campaign. But you know what happens? You know how many times people have said, wait a minute, you're charging me with a federal offense because I mailed the letter? Yes. You mean if I hand deliver this? Yes. Just because I mailed it? Yes. You know how long they've been arguing that one? Welcome to the real world. It's a John Mayer song, I believe. This is, it's like, where have you been? Where have you been? Roger Stone will say, for example, what did I do? I lied. I lied before. Wait a minute. There were multiple allegations, but one of them was that I lied before Congress. What about, was it 2005 Major League Baseball, 94 or whatever it was, the tobacco executives? Wait a minute, lying before Congress? Wait a minute, you mean it's against the law? You're actually charging me? Yes. Yes. Do you know, as an example, there was a statute, there might still be, I don't know, check this out, that says you cannot take pictures of your ballot when you go into a voting booth. Did you know that? Check this out, depending upon your jurisdiction, because people always say, here's my lunch, here's my feet, here's my dog, here's my hair, here's my vote. And under some interpretations of various statutes, that's a misdemeanor. Did you know that? Yep. So because you may think something is piddly or chicken, whatever, you do not get to argue the case away because you don't think it matches with your own sensibilities. So the way to get this thing dismissed is not talk about, I mean, not that it matters. You're not going to hear this on certain cable news shows. Are you kidding? An intelligent look at the law? No. They want to go for low-hanging fruit and whatever. Anyway, but to tell Alvin Bragg, you're going to lose this. You're going to lose this. You're not going to lose because you were unfair or you were too prosecutorial or you were too woke or too Soros. No. You lost because you filed this dog. You did something that was unforgivable. You had all the chance in the world to review this, and you filed this, knowing after you were told, listen, pal, it's wrong legally for this, and this. Not because it's going to look bad, not because it's excessive. No. Because there's something fatally defective legally with this. That's the way you do it. And one final word. To President Trump, and this is what I said the other day. This is not a legal argument, but it's kind of a PR argument. Refrain from any personal ad hominems, attacks, references to either the pulchritude, lack of pulchritude, any kind of equine resemblance of any of the parties involved. Do yourself a favor. Lay off. And finally, and listen to me, this is the most important. When if you are arrested, if you are indeed cuffed, never hide your face, never cover your hands. Remember, Jimmy Hoffa did this. You show the world, look what they're doing to me. Look, an innocent man. You hold your head up high, and you act like someone who was just the victim, like you're almost a political prisoner, and you stand strong and straight, and you hide nothing. In your mugshot, do not smile. Do not smile. Do not, I'm not going to go through. Some people have looked absolutely radiant in their mugshots. It's like, what are you doing here? Don't obviously look like, who is that guy, Barboza? That lone shack from Boston. Don't look like that, with the aisle. But then again, this isn't your prom picture either. Image is important. But ultimately, it's the legal argument. So, I ask you to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and above all, comment as you see fit.